Hey class, and welcome back. This is week two's video. It's going to be a little bit longer than last week's because we're going to be going over some more information about Schoology and your assignments for this week. So to start off with, just like you would if you were in my class like normal, you're going to want to start off with a warm-up problem. So here's two problems I'd like you to try. The way we're going to do it over a video is that I'd like you to look at the two problems, pause the video, try solving it on your own first. That way you're giving yourself some practice. And then when you're ready to go over the answer, just hit the play button and we'll see if you're right. Okay, so take a minute, pause the video, and I'll set up the problem. Okay, hopefully you gave yourself enough time to solve it out. Let's go over the correct answers. So for the first problem, we have 40.258 plus 8.17. So when you line them up, the first thing you want to always do is to line up your decimals, which we did. Then you can add or subtract top to bottom. So we have 8 plus, and there's a space here. And that's okay. If you have a space, you can add a 0, or you can just leave it blank. 8 plus nothing, so add a 0, is just 8. 5 plus 7 is 12, so you put a 2 here and a 1 up top. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. Go ahead and bring down your decimal. 0 plus 8 is 8. And then again, just like over here, 4 plus nothing, or 4 plus 0, is 4. So your answer for the first one is 48 and 428 thousandths. Let's try the next one. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now we have 0 minus 6. Can you take 6 away from nothing? No. So you're going to have to borrow from your neighbor. Cross off the 8. Make it a 7. And this 0 turns into a 10. So now we want to do 10 minus 6, which is 4. 7 minus nothing is just 7. Bring down your decimal. And then do 6 minus 4, which is 2. And there's your answer, 2.745. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So your assignment last week, one of them, was to give me a little bit of information about you. Just that way I can know who you are, some things that you're interested in. So I'll do the same thing for you. So a little bit about me. I ended up going to college. So the school I went to was Frostburg State University up in Frostburg, up the mountain. I got my bachelor's degree there, and I got my master's degree there. Originally, I'm not from here. I grew up just outside Washington, D.C., so the nation's capital, and I moved up here when I went to college, up at Frostburg. I currently live in Cresaptown, Maryland. Some things I'm interested in, so my hobbies. I like woodworking projects, so I like building furniture, building things around the house, working with my hands and using mathematics. I always love playing video games. Some of my favorite video games is Legend of Zelda, Sea of Thieves, Fall Guys. So those are just some things I like to do. This is my dog Luna. She's actually behind me underneath that couch. I love going on runs with her. And then, of course, whenever I can find time, I like going fishing. So that's just a little bit about me, just like you gave me information about you. If you haven't finished that assignment yet, I am going to extend the deadline for that for the week of the 14th to the 18th. It'll be due on the 18th, so that Friday. That way it gives everybody enough time to submit it, just in case you didn't have a device ready to finish the assignment. Okay, so what we're going to do in class and what people are doing in class for this week is that we're going to be talking about rules and expectations in the syllabus for my class. It changes for if you're in person or if you're a virtual student. But for both virtual and in person, always be prepared for class. Your materials are the keys to success. So what that means is that if you're an in-person student, make sure you have your pencil, make sure you have your notebook, just a little composition notebook, and just be ready to learn when you come into my classroom. If you're a virtual student, same thing. You're going to want to be prepared for class. Make sure your device is charged so that it doesn't die when you're trying to do an assignment. Make sure you have a good access to internet. So if you're at a coffee shop or if you're at McDonald's or something, make sure you have enough time at that place to complete a whole assignment. You don't want to start something and not be able to finish it. Be respectful to your teacher, your peers, and to yourself. So just use kind words. Be nice to one another if it's in person or if it's online. Treat each other with the same respect. Okay. And what it means to be respectful to yourself. Math class can be a difficult class, and that's okay. We're going to work together through those challenges, and don't beat yourself up. Give yourself some respect. Okay. If you're in person, make sure you're raising your hand and you wait to be called on. You don't want to be walking around the classroom unless I know that you're moving around the classroom. Always wear your mask when you're in class. Stay seated unless told otherwise. Same thing. You're going to have a mask if you're getting out of your seat. I need to know if you're getting out of your seat. You are responsible for any work you may have missed or misplaced. So make sure on Schoology and in person, you're keeping track of those deadlines of when things are due. I like to give you at least a week or even more than a week to complete an assignment. So make sure you're keeping an eye on when things are due. And most important, there's no such thing as stupid questions. Okay, ask questions each step of the way. I'm here to help you. So if you're confused about math, if you're confused about Schoology, please ask me and I'll be happy to help. Okay, I showed you how to send me a message in the last video. So hopefully you all know how to get in contact with me. So just to review a little bit about Schoology, what is it? It's basically where all of your assignments are going to be located at. So make sure you're checking in and logging into Schoology at least every single day. Even if you are an in-person student and you came to school that day, make sure you're logging on because your teachers are trying to update you about your assignments. They're uploading new assignments almost every day. All right, and they're trying to give you a whole bunch of information on the online platform. Okay, so almost everything is going to be on Schoology, especially for my class, my assignments. All right, so make sure that you're logging on and don't just look here where it says materials. If you look, I've already updated most of you, well, all of you, about something that was pretty important. In the last video, I had said that I wanted you to change your profile picture and that I wanted you to change your bio. Well, I wanted to send you guys an update that you were not able to change those things. I didn't know that at the time when I was making the video, so I apologize. I wish I had known that, but make sure you're checking these updates because that would be nice to know. A lot of you had asked me questions that you couldn't do it. And I realized that, and that's why I wanted to send out this update. So make sure you're checking the materials and you're checking to see if your teacher sent you any updates. Okay, you can check updates there, but also when you log on, if you come to course dashboard, this is where your classes are, but also at recent activity over here, you can see if your teachers had put any updates or if they have something to say to you. Okay, so make sure you're checking every day your messages, your notifications, your updates, and all of that. Okay, very important. So the next thing I want to show you is how to log into your online textbook. So if you would like a physical copy of the textbook and you're a virtual student, just contact the school. We have plenty of textbooks to give out to you. You'll have to talk to Mr. Liller at the front office to see a time to either come pick it up or maybe they could send it to you. But there are physical copies, but this is going to be a digital version of how to log into your textbook. So the way you access your workbook for math is that you would go to this website right here, and I'll make sure that the link is in the important information folder on Schoology, but it's https://savasrealize.com. And again, I'll put the link inside Schoology. But when you go to that page, it'll bring you to something like this. Okay? So it's the same website. They renamed it as what you would have gone to last year. what you do is you click sign in, and your username is the exact same thing that you use for Schoology, the same username. I made it set up that way. The only way that it wouldn't be the same username is that if you had accessed this website last year as a 5th grader, and I can send those individuals, there's only about 5 of you, 6 of you, that have a different username. But everyone's password is the exact same, which is Kaiser20, all lowercase, Kaiser20, and I'll put that inside Schoology as well. So I'm going to log into a student's account just so you can see what it would look like. So Kaiser20, and then you click sign in. All right, so when you're at this page, what you're going to want to do, it's going to say my work. So if I ever assign you work, it'll be here, but I'll tell you if I assign work on this website. I don't think I will. But if you want the book, to look at the book, you go to explore. And then right here, when you click this, it'll bring you to the whole book. So if we're starting the very beginning of the textbook, you're going to go to topic 1. And no matter what topic we're in, I'll tell you, but we're starting the book in topic 1. And then we're in the very first chapter, whatever we're talking about. And this is how I label my classes and the assignments is 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. So you'll know exactly where we are in the book. You just click on where it is. And if you want to look at the textbook, if you want to try some examples, all of this stuff, there's plenty of things that you can do if you want extra practice from the book. Okay? But if you just want to read the book and see what's inside the textbook, you click here. Say open a new window. It might take a couple seconds. And here's the book, page for page. So it's a whole digital copy of what we're going to be working on in class and the whole book itself. Okay, so that's how you can access the workbook for our class. And again, if you want a physical copy, you just have to call Mr. Liller at Kaiser Middle School and tell him that you would like a 6th grade math book from Mr. Dotson, and he has a whole stack ready to go. So for this week, there's a few assignments I would like you to be working on. For the first one, it's a syllabus quiz, and then I would like you to do the discussion board, why is math important? And we'll go over those in a minute. Now, I do have another assignment. I have it labeled as enrichment. It's not going to be graded, but I do encourage you, give it a shot, look over what it is, because it's talking about how important mathematics is in real life, okay, and thinking like an engineer. Okay, so make sure you do check out that folder and you watch that video and give the discussion board a try. Okay, so let's go over the syllabus quiz. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the week 2 folder, which is the pink folder that says week 2, September 14th to 18th. That's where this video was located. And I'd like you to choose the syllabus and introduction quiz. What you're going to do is you're going to click on it and it's going to say start new attempt. This is just what mine looks like, but these are the questions. It says, what is the website name to find your online textbook? So I just talked about how to get to your online textbook and what is the name of that. The next one says Schoology is where you will find all of the assignments and where you will turn in everything to be graded. Is that true or false? Which of the following is not a rule and expectation of our class this year? So look over those answer choices and see which one is not a rule or expectation. Mr. Dotson went to college at which one of these schools? So in the about me part that I talked about, what school did I go to? And then this one is a short answer / essay. Just answer it. All it says is, do you have any questions for me? Is there anything you're nervous about? If not, just tell me something about you. Okay, so you already told me a little bit about you, but just give me some information. What's going on? Do you have any questions? I haven't heard from some of you, so I'm curious how you're doing. Okay, so that's what your syllabus quiz is. Make sure you get that finished up. Shouldn't take you too long. I just want to see if you are watching these videos and if you're paying attention in class. What I also would like you to work on, so that's the syllabus quiz, I'd like you to do this discussion board, why is math important? So the discussion board is right here. It says discussion board, why is math important? When you click on it, it'll take you right here. All right, so this is different than the assignment you had with the About Me. This is a discussion board. And what a discussion board is when you answer the question, it'll post, and then other students in our class will be able to see your answer. And you can reply to one another. You can talk to one another about this topic. What the questions are is read each question, give your answer in at least one complete sentence. What jobs require us to use math? So think about what jobs have us using math, and it can be anything. How do you use math each day? What would happen if no one used math? So I just want you to start thinking about mathematics, because not this week, but next week we're going to really start with diving into math and working with decimals and numbers and all of that. So I want you to start thinking more about mathematics before we actually start. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to answer these questions down here. Okay, and then you can post your question and post your answer. All right, so that's the other assignment I want you to work on. Okay, so now when you go back to the folder, here's the enrichment, think like an engineer. When you click on it, nothing's in it yet, but there will be a video of similar to this where I'll be talking about the Think Like an Engineer project, and there'll also be another discussion board there. Now that is not graded, but if you want something to work on, if you're just curious and you want to think like an engineer, give it a shot. Watch the video and see how you do. Okay, again, it's not graded, but it's just something extra that you can do. All right. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is I'd like you to pay attention to the due dates for both of these. So the due date for both the quiz and the discussion board is going to be Sunday, September 20th, 2020, so this year, at midnight. Now, that does not mean that you should wait to the last minute, so Sunday night, to be doing both of these assignments. This goes live, so you'll be able to see week two's folder Monday morning, bright and early. Okay, so if it's opened up to you Monday, that means you have all week to get these two things done. All right, and if you want to do the enrichment activity, there's not going to be a due date for that, but feel free to get it done during that week as well. So you have all week to do two things for me. Okay, if you're not done the About Me assignment, remember I'm extending that until Friday, which is the 18th. Make sure you're getting that done as well. Okay, great, you're going to start rolling in, and then we can start actually doing some math. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me. Remember, the message button is right here. It's the envelope. I have a message that I'll reply to right after this video, but I'm always checking it. It goes to my phone as well. So all hours, night and day, if you need anything, let me know. Okay, I'm here to help you. As always, keep up the good work, and I will see you in the next video.